to the season finale of the Sistah Talk. I am your sister, Miss Beatty, and y'all already know that's with a Z. And this is my sister,
Gold Chain Diva.
And we're just two sisters.
With a lot to talk about.
And we
always got a lot to talk about.
Always.
And hopefully y'all enjoyed every bit of what we had to talk about in this third season.
Yes, it's over.
Listen, it's over, y'all. Hopefully y'all been enjoying it. Y'all, listen, I've been seeing them numbers running up. So
yeah, y'all have really been supporting.
We
appreciate it, and we thank you, and keep tuning in. We have a lot ahead of us. So, what's going on, sis? What's been up?
Oh man, well, you know,
what's been going on in this month of February? First of all, we're already to the middle of it.
No,
which is crazy.
No, we're not to the middle just yet.
I mean,
but basically.
But what's been going on?
Time definitely is flying. Honestly, same old for real. Nothing too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, working, not working.
Pretending to work.
You know how that goes sometimes. You know, just trying to keep my life in the right track and, you know, stay on my creative effort and my creative journey, and, you know,
getting them projects done that you need to get done with your school and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Listen, it's definitely in a good spot.
Okay.
I'll show it to you.
Okay.
It's in a good spot. It's just it's not done yet.
Okay.
Because I think my brain is like having a really hard time wrapping around taking photos and making it into a video.
Okay.
So it's like I'm trying to make sure that it translates.
I got you.
So I don't know, a little stuck up on that at the moment, but it's getting done.
Yeah.
It's getting done.
I feel you.
How's your week?
Man, it's over. This is my weekend to work, y'all. I hate it. I don't feel like it. I want to call off, but I'm not going to incriminate myself. So, but other than that, tomorrow we move in officially to the house. Thank you to my wonderful boyfriend and his brother for moving us, because I haven't had to lift a finger besides what we lifted that day that you helped me.
Right, look, and we lifted, but we didn't choose too much though.
And that's
I was like, oh, this was easy.
Yeah,
and we was done quick,
and it was organized. You know what I mean? So, you know, now it's just to, you know, climb the hill and get over it and start unpacking the house. So not too much exciting, you know, stuff going on in my life, but you know. It is what it is.
Well, moving forward,
yes.
That's always a blessing.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it's time for another Black History moment with the sisters. Happy Black History Month, y'all.
Happy Black History, y'all. So, listen, to start us off with Black History, I have a teacher, Tamika Mitchell Wilcher. I seen her on TikTok, an influential Black woman teacher. I feel like I wanted to say it like that. She had her kids, I want to say first graders, singing BLACKHISTRO. I think I spelled it right. TORY. Do you know what that means? So pretty much they were spelling out Black history, and then each one of them went around the table and kind of said something influential that that somebody has done in Black history, which I felt was really cool. It was really cute to see them that excited.
Give up my seat on the bus. Not Josephine. Madam C, I'm a self-made millionaire, selling products in this industry. Black and proud. Ruby and I was brave, and I had the marshals escorting me to school for my safety.
We're the best, hands down, not debate. And red stripes, green stripes, black stripes.
We're Africans. Black and proud. Black and proud. We're 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 black and proud.
We're lawyers, doctors, teachers, authors, nurses, dentists, singers, athletes, pilots, chefs, bakers, scientists.
and I mean they were going in. The little boy was standing up and
Listen,
dipping with the shoulder.
They
like
definitely was getting it, and I love when I see videos like that because, like, you know, you gotta meet people where they are.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, engage these children in a way that is gonna make sense for them.
Absolutely.
And I really hated the fact that she had to like even like put a disclaimer in the, you know, the comments or whatever, or the caption and say, oh, well, this may not be for everybody. Da da da. Like, she shouldn't have to say that. Like, at the end of the day, it was innocent.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, those children knew who they were talking about.
Yes.
They going to remember who Rosa Parks is. They're going to remember who every last one of those people are that they said. They're going to remember them.
Absolutely.
So
And
I didn't see nothing wrong with it. It definitely was cute.
Yes, it was super cute. I don't know, sis. Like, I love seeing, I had a very influential teacher in my life, you know, and it just really brought me back to that. And she wasn't black, but she literally followed us 1st through 5th grade. So we got to keep our class 1st through 5th grade, which was freaking amazing. So I know how good it is to be young like that, and for a teacher to understand your learning, the way that you learn, because not everybody learns the same, you know what I mean? So to see that, she was also featured on Ellen, which I think is wonderful. Ellen always has a lot of influential people, you know, on her show. She was on there for that, and it's just a lot of different things. You know, I was kind of, you know, creeping on her TikTok. She does more than just, you know, for Black History Month. She takes the kids on trips and just does cool stuff with them that they're literally they're not going to forget her.
Yeah,
and
she's gonna make a lasting impression.
Yeah, and I just love it. So I felt like we definitely needed to highlight her for Black History Month. Keep on doing what you're doing, sis. Like, it's amazing. You know what I mean? I hope when I have a kid, they have a teacher that's that influential on them. So. But
listen, I agree. You know, like you said, everybody will always remember the teacher that made the biggest impact on them. You know, for me, I can't say mine was at that young of an age.
Okay.
My most influential teacher came much later when we were in high school.
Okay.
Miss Ponus.
Yes.
Miss P, that's my baby. That's my heart right there.
Yeah.
But she was the one who made the most lasting impact on my life. So I definitely agree that, you know, this young lady should continue to do what she has already been doing because it's successful.
Yes, it is. It is.
She should feel good about herself to be able to teach those young children like that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree anymore. So.
Well, another Black History moment. Because they try to play in our face on Beyonce's internet during Black History Month, okay? They try to play with us, okay? Listen, I know y'all heard about the outrage surrounding Travis Kelce, who is T Swift's BF,
Yes.
who plays for Kansas City. Now, the New York Times has been, you know, coining his hairstyle, the Travis, going to the barbershop and ask for Travis Kelce. And everybody's like, don't you mean a fade?
A fade, right? Like, excuse me?
So you colonizers gonna wanna steal from us again. Okay. So y'all pulling the Christopher Columbus on us.
Yeah, we're tired of this.
you.
We're tired of this. We're
Got
tired
you.
of this.
But what I will say is Travis Kelce did make a post, and he did come out and say, like, he wasn't the one who pushed for that. Like, he's very much aware it's a fade.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't want to take credit for
something that he knows that he shouldn't get credit for.
Exactly. And the thing that's so crazy to me, like, I don't think I fully, like, before you said, like, oh, that's T Swift's BF. I don't think I fully realized that was her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy to me because he was dating a black woman.
Listen, he was.
Before T Swift.
He really was. And I don't care what anybody says. Depending on who you're with, that influences you to walk differently, talk differently, look differently.
That explains why he got a little flavor now.
That's what I'm saying.
He got a little seasoning.
Listen, and I feel like, I know it's not really off the topic because it's about him, but I feel like we should put a picture of how he looked with his black girlfriend and how he looks with his with Taylor Swift.
I mean, because the internet was eating him up.
Listen, and
because they were saying he was way more happy.
Listen, way more happier. I mean, fly as can be. Like, that's not everything, but it looks different. So we definitely got to throw that up there for him. So
listen, we definitely have to throw that up there. But yeah, listen, I guess the best thing to say is, it's not the Travis Kelce. If you go to the barbershop, you better tell them people you want to fade, okay? And
Stop
listen,
playing.
and if you want to know exactly what Travis Kelce gets, he told y'all he get a 2, 3, whatever.
Yeah.
Go ask him what he got,
Yeah,
and
for
just say
real.
you want to fade and tell him how.
That's what you want. There
Okay.
you go. There you go.
Next.
Yeah, please next.
So the next thing that we're going to talk about during Black History Month, because I just feel like, you know, they always wait until the beginning of February to play in our face. They try every year.
Listen, they do.
They try. They really do.
They do.
So there's a young woman named Sarah Thompson from South Carolina. Right now she's under fire because she's an artisan who created Mandingo candles. Okay?
Bingo candles.
So they're eating this lady up. Basically she said what inspired these candles was she wanted to pay homage to black men. So she created candles shaped in the likeness of black male figures. However, her intentions stirred significant backlash, particularly in the black community, perceived the candles as deeply offensive and evocative of historical violence endured by black individuals. Now, my thing is, when y'all see these candles, the first thing that comes to mind for me is roots, okay? Because let me tell you something. She could have made a black candle that looked like Usher. She could have made a black candle that looked like Barack Obama.
I'm trying to figure out why she felt like that was tasteful.
Because she liked the big black dick. Oh, sorry. That escaped me, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, look, I said it, but you were thinking it.
Listen, literally, like, that's one of them moments because I definitely was thinking it. Sarah, come on. Is that her name?
That's her name.
Sarah, come on. Like, how did you think that was, like, culturally appropriate for you to be making?
Because, like, I think that, okay, yes, you wanted to pay homage to the black man.
I get it.
But that wasn't the correct way to
That's
do
not
it.
the
You
way.
missed the mark because at the end of the day, our black men are so much more than Mandingo warriors, okay?
Absolutely.
Like, that dated you. That dated your mindset
Right.
because that's what you think of when you see a black man.
Yeah, oh my
So it was
gosh.
very telling.
Yes.
Like I said, there's so many other images of black men that she could have chosen. She could have chose freaking Jeezy. I don't know.
Yeah, she could have.
Like,
that's why I said it wasn't. That's why I used those words. It wasn't tasteful.
it wasn't. It wasn't tasteful at all. And when you see it, like, it's just really disturbing.
It's creepy.
It's very disturbing, especially when the wax starts to drip and burn.
Yeah, like,
it just really puts you in a mindset of like you're like we used this term last episode, fetishizing.
Yeah.
It's like a fetish.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just thought she definitely could have did something better with her time.
Yeah, she really, really could have. Sarah, I understand what you were
Trying to do,
but don't.
but you missed the mark.
Yeah, please don't.
Sadly.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Well, that's the end of, look, that's the end of a Black History moment.
Yeah.
Look, what did you take away from this?
Yeah.
Don't play in our face in Black History Month. How about
Please
that?
stop. We got 1 month.
But we got 29 days, so we're gonna be on your necks in these 29 days.
Absolutely. Standing on business.
Standing on business. Well, it's time to. No, it's not. It's not time to spill the tea yet. Not yet. We gonna give somebody their props.
We do gotta give somebody their
Listen,
props.
it's Black History Month, so we might as well.
Yes, definitely. SZA got her second Grammy for her song Snooze.
Okay.
And listen, we don't even need to sing it because usually we sing it for them. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I snooze and miss the moment you just nobody like you do. I can't lose. Okay.
That's why she won a Grammy.
Listen, that's why she won because it's such a first of all, it's a captivating song. It will always, I feel like, be a banger. That's something you could always play in the car and be like getting into it. And she's just really, really a beautiful person. I don't know, like when I seen her accept her Grammy, I'm like, sis is really beautiful. Chocolate skin, beautiful hair. her looks have taken a transformation, which I'm not gonna lie. But she's still a beautiful person, not to say the less. I wanted to give her props for that.
Well, we definitely got to give her props, but we also have to honorable mention and give Leon Thomas his props because we now know that he was the one who wrote the hit.
Absolutely.
So, you know, the teamwork make the dream work. Without him, it wouldn't be a hit.
And listen, and once again, we got 2 black people.
Yeah.
Black History Month, y'all. Listen.
Look, and they say black people can't work together.
See? Look at there.
Listen.
Look at there.
Making waves.
Yeah.
Making waves.
Yes.
Now it's time to spill the tea.
Spill the tea, y'all. Let's spill the tea.
Look, we just gonna keep talking about the Grammys.
Yeah,
you know,
we
everybody
are.
watched the Grammys this week, so
And you want to know the sad thing? I was kind of chatting at work. They were talking about the Grammys, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even have cable. They're like, well, why do you know all this stuff is going on? You don't need to have cable to know what's going on.
I mean, come
you
on.
got social media. Anyway, Mr. Jay-Z and Miss Beyonce, I feel like they're always the highlight of any
award show.
Any award show.
Because they just automatically think Beyonce's the Holy Grail. She's supposed to get everything.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Miss Taylor Swift won Song of the Year. Or Best Album of the Year. Oh, I'm sorry, I done touched her tit, y'all. My bad. Best Album of the Year. With that being said, Jay-Z wasn't too happy about it because his wife has won all these Grammys.
It wouldn't be the first time. Look. Last time I checked, Kanye West said what? Kanye West said, hold on, I'm going to let y'all finish. But first. So they didn't did my girl Taylor. Listen, I'm going to use it loosely. That's my girl. But my girl Taylor Swift, they did her wrong one too many times at this point. They need to put a little bit of respect on my girl.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
she's winning the proof that.
Listen, you want to be mad so much because your wife never won Best Album of the Year, but she's won Grammy.
She has.
Because let's be real, what comprehensive album besides, I want to say, oh my God, I believe it was a self-titled Beyonce album, the one that had Partition, Drunken Love. I believe that, and maybe what was it, Lemonade album?
Okay.
Maybe those 2 were probably the most comprehensive albums that could have been Best Album.
Okay.
But like, really think about her albums. Not every song on her albums is a hit. Because let me tell you what, if I had a Best Album of the Year,
okay,
and you can share yours, my best album of 2023 would have been, well, shit, I'm trying to think. Was it even in 2023?
And if I feel like I know who you're gonna say, I feel like we agree. Seriously, are you talking about Chris Brown?
I was, yes.
Yeah, because that whole, first of all, he has a lot of excuse me. He has a lot of hits. I was gonna say fucking hits, but they are. He has a lot of hits on.
Okay, it came out at the end. Okay. So maybe that's why he wasn't in the running, because he didn't have enough time to be the top. But listen, no, he came out November 2023. And
I'm sorry.
And when we talk about comprehensive, I'm talking about every song is a hit.
I'm not gonna lie, he doesn't miss
at all.
He doesn't miss. Like, he is very, like, he's so talented, for real. Like, he really, really is. Like, I don't know, as hard as I was, and listen, we're getting off the subject and talking about Chris Brown, but as hard as I was rocking with Chris Brown when he first came out, I had the CD player with the headphones going to sleep. I still rock with his music just as hard. So that's saying something.
Listen, the only place in Chris Brown's career where he lost me a little bit was that album that he had about 100 songs on there. That was the only album that he lost me on, because I was like, damn, this is a lot of music.
Yeah. Overwhelming.
Yeah, it was definitely overwhelming. Yeah. So that's why you got songs like Under the Influence that's now becoming more popular again after it's been out for years. Yeah. Because, I mean, his catalog is so deep. Like, I think at this point, he's just a hit factory.
Yeah, he
that nigga just putting them out, and he's just like, look, it's going to come back.
It literally.
But yeah, but the whole point was to say, Jay-Z wasn't too happy about his wife.
No, he wasn't too happy. He definitely made a speech at the Grammys just stating how she has won all these Grammys. Grammys, but she has not won Album of the Year, and the proof is in the pudding. If she's winning all these Grammys, why hasn't she? He feels like she was jizzed.
Listen, he went
feels
furthermore
like,
to say, "Oh, the formula is the math ain't mathin'."
Listen,
Like, come on now, the math doing what it's supposed to do. Okay,
Listen.
she got Grammys for whatever she got Grammys for. So
Yes.
obviously, she got accolades for something that she did.
right, and she cannot have it all. She
Yeah,
can't.
like
relax. Like she is. Listen, everybody know Beyonce is a good. I would say a good performer.
she's absolutely a great entertainer.
a great entertainer, but like, does she hit every single time with her music? Not every, for me, not every
because
single time.
as of late, she been making it for the girls.
Yeah,
and not all of us is on that type time.
very true. Very, very true.
Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
she's pandering to her audience, and we're sometimes not her audience.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Listen, and when I think of great albums, Beyonce doesn't even cross my mind. Like, when I think of albums that I listen to every song, and I'm like, yo, I freaking love this album, and I'm going to add a little controversy out there because we talking about Beyonce. To this day, Carrie Hilson is still on top for one of the best albums I ever heard.
Listen.
Okay? And they saying that that's why she is no longer really out there like that, because they blackballed her because she went hard at Beyonce. We not going to talk. That's a different episode.
Listen.
But she went hard at Beyonce.
And I'm going to have to shout out my girl that I like is going to be Tiana Taylor. Like,
Yes.
like, come
and her
on.
album absolutely
And
was a hit.
and it's effortlessly, which is so irritating to me. It's effortlessly. Like, she's effortlessly
And there's no
good.
entitlement.
No.
And I think that's why, like, y'all are so entitled to feel that Beyonce is supposed to have. We're going to need Jay-Z to tighten up.
Yeah, relax.
We understand you love your wife.
Yeah, we get it.
A lot of other people in this world love your wife.
Absolutely.
And that's why she got multiple Grammys.
Right.
Tell her work a little bit hard. No,
No.
we have enough about to get me.
Yeah, don't let them.
Never
get
mind.
you. So,
Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway. We're going to talk about this face tats trend. I'm not going to say her name because we gave her a minute last episode. And we were very serious about giving her only a minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to call her Stone. Okay? You know? Infer. Look, Stone has started a new trend where all these females are thinking it's cute, okay, to get tattoos of their men on their face. Now, the latest publicity stunt was basically done by Selena Brown. She's an IG model, and she tattooed retired football player Antonio Brown's face on her. Now, the gag is, honey, when she did it and posted it on social media, you know what this man called her?
Please don't say dumb. Please don't say stupid. Please don't say anything that degrades her from what she just did.
Cracker of the month. Congratulations, ma'am. You're goofy.
Goofy as hell. Like, what demon goes into your body to say, let me tap this nigga face on my cheek, let alone on my neck, let alone anywhere that's on my freaking face? Why? If somebody out here is watching our show and they would think about getting their husband, their boyfriend, anybody on their face, please drop a comment and let me know why, because I am very curious.
Look, we are intrigued.
I am
making your brain
like,
tick.
why? Like, I don't understand. Like, I have a boyfriend, I love him, would I get his face tatted? No.
Like, that's, first of all, to me, it gives unstable. It gives psychopath.
Yeah.
It gives obsession.
Like,
it's not giving unconditional love. It's not giving black love. It's not giving none of that.
No.
It's giving you look goofy.
And let's be honest, this is Black History Month. What are, and correct me if I'm wrong, and tell me if this is far left, but did they not used to brand us? So, like,
I mean, yeah, you basically saying that you're that man's property. basically saying you're that man's property. And there have been other takes, you know, now that you mentioned that, it's been other takes on the whole situation as a whole, because, you know, people consider, like in the spiritual world, consider tattooing like a blood ritual or whatever, because blood has to, you know, basically you bleed. It's a needle. And so at the end of the day, like, really think about what you're putting into the atmosphere. Like, that's a spirit that's attached to that. Like, at that point, like, you are obsessed. And if you're not, you will be. Like, you're bringing, like, soul ties at that point. It's going to be hard to break that. It's going to be hard to break that. So I hope y'all ladies in the real world and on this side of the central Pennsylvania line, okay? The Susquehanna River. The Broad Street Market area.
Like,
you know, somewhere, anywhere that's close to me. Please let them people that's in Hollywood do that dumb mess.
Yeah, don't follow all trends. All trends ain't good trends, okay?
Speaking of trends, okay, so there's another trend on TikTok that's going around. Y'all know I love the trends on TikTok because I be into some crazy stuff. Now, the way I came upon this trend was because there was a Caucasian gentleman who, I guess he was a teacher. He got on there, he made a video, and he was just like, can somebody please tell me why the kids are doing like this? And like, what does that mean? Because he was saying like, basically, they were in the cafeteria. One of the kids had got in trouble for something. And you know how we do dumb stuff as kids. Like, and they like you try to make an example out of yourself pretty much. Like, you just try and be funny. So they get up there and the administrator or whoever was talking to the person and they didn't say anything, but they was just like, or whatever. And the whole cafeteria started bugging. So when he told that, I was like, okay, now I'm curious. Like, what the heck? So that trend is called mewing. So if your children are walking around talking about or whatever, it's called mewing. So basically, mewing is a facial reconstructing technique that involves keeping your tongue on the roof of your mouth to change the jawline shape. And I've seen people mew. When I tell you, you know how chiseled, handsome Squidward be?
Yeah.
That jawline be that. Now, the studies is proven. Haven't proven that, you know, it helps with long-term effects, you know, if it doesn't actually give you a defined jawline. But in the short term, when you taking pictures, boo, if you don't want a double chin, you better mew.
Oh, I need to start mewing.
Listen, because I was practicing earlier.
What do you do?
It's like your tongue is like, and like basically, like you gotta suck your tongue up so that the bottom part of your, like right here, goes up. Yeah, just like that. There you go. But your mouth has to be closed. So the thing about it is, when they start doing like this, it's basically saying, I can't talk because I'm mewing right now. And that's why they start bugging. And they be doing it just so they don't have to say nothing back to the person. And I just thought that was so crazy. I'm just like, yo, it made me think, like, what is something dumb that we did in school like that? Because we did some crazy stuff, so I know we had a trend of our time. But I was just like, this is funny as hell.
Trend of our time, and people watching, tell me if you remember. People used to drive in cars and pull up to people walking on the street. And they used to say things like, excuse me, you know what. And the person walking would be like, huh? And they'd be like, thank you, and they would drive off.
Oh my god.
That was something that was trending when we were in high school.
So dumb.
Because I remember some people did it.
I can only imagine who, because it seems like a specific group of people that I can think in my brain who would have done something like that.
Yeah. Some people did that at York High, and I remember they used to put up a lot of videos, this group of people, and I used to think that shit was like so funny. Like, you know, I used to do it to my parents. I'd be like, Mom, you know what I want to She'd be like, what? I'd be like, thank you, and I'd shut the door. Oh, she would be so mad.
That's so funny because I don't remember that.
You don't remember? No? Listen, because it wasn't just like regular people doing it. It was like trending. Like, it was all over social media and shit. Yeah, crazy. I don't know. That's just something I remember. What about you? You remember any trends from back then?
I don't really remember too many trends from back then that we used to do that might have been a little off, where our parents would have been like, huh?
No.
I think my 31-year-old brain is having a hard time going back that far.
I can't stop mewing. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sitting over here doing it. I'm like,
Yeah, listen, and what you do it one good time in your photos, you gonna be happy. Look, once you master so that you don't look like Johnny Bravo. Look, once you master it, look, you gonna get all the effects of not having a double chin.
I'm be like,
Listen,
I can't even do it.
It's hard to do it. It's hard. But yes, that's what mewing is. So if your kids is walking around like, and you like, say something. I'm talking to you, and they just sitting there like this. That's them saying, I can't talk because I'm mewing.
that's hilarious. I love it.
Basically.
I love it.
Yes indeed.
Okay.
Well, we're going to uncancel somebody.
Yes, we are.
We are going to uncancel
We're
somebody.
uncanceling today.
So, for those who don't know, the uncancel culture is basically, where we uncancel people who have been canceled because it doesn't take much in today's society to just tell somebody, be like, all right, you did something wrong, get them out of here.
Get them out.
So, our sister, our auntie, Miss Monique,
She
just had an amazing interview on Club Shay Shay.
Shay Shay is really hitting it off.
First of all, did you see the meme where they had Wendy Williams and then like it was Wendy Williams gradually and then it turned into Shannon Sharp? So they basically trying to say Club Shay Shay get messy now. And it has been.
Messy.
Listen, we've been on this trend lately of Hollywood wanting to speak the truth. Now everybody want to tell the truth. So listen, y'all better open your ears because they telling it. You better be listening.
Be listening.
Yes. So our sister Monique was on Club Shay Shay.
Okay.
Now, as everybody know, because we talked about it a little bit with, when Taraji came out saying about the pay discrepancy, and we talked about how Monique Ben said it. And nobody paid her no attention. And so basically Monique was just like, nobody paid her no attention when she said it because of, I guess, the optics. She had a strong black man next to her that was standing by her. And she was very hurt because she said a lot of people question, well, why her husband gotta be there? Why is her husband always doing this? Why is her husband always doing this? And she's like, it's terrible for us in the black community to really shun black love. Like, y'all don't even know what it looks like to have a black man show up for y'all. Y'all should be happy that my husband has my back.
Yeah.
So, Monique, talked a lot about how she was receiving so much negativity and feedback from the fact that she actually has a strong marital union with her husband and has a man that looks out for her. And so basically she was saying that because of that aspect and because of her surety of her value and things of that nature, that's why it wasn't accepted until we now see I will say Taraji is a strong black woman because she did not call her a strong black woman. But now we see a strong black woman at her wits end where she's crying and she's breaking down. And now we no longer get to see the picture of the strong black woman. And now we're like, oh, now we got a little bit more sympathy for us.
Right.
And so the reason why I particularly, for those who have not watched the interview, the reason why I want to uncancel Monique is strictly off the fact that I want to stand with her because I feel like she did nothing wrong. Let me tell you something. I think in history, I think even in personal experience, and maybe you have a personal experience with dealing with a person who has extremely high standards for themselves, okay? They know who they are. They know what they'll accept. They know what they want. They know their value. And they're going to stick to that. And in the process of you sticking to your guns, you may look stuck up. You may look difficult. You may look whatever the case may be because you're not willing to accept scraps because you know who you are.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to uncancel Monique because Monique knows who she is and she knows what she's willing to do and what she's willing to accept. And at the end of the day, those folks try to blackball her because she wasn't willing to sell her soul. Let's put it out there. In the interview, she goes on to talk about, the whole dealing. So we talked about it with Oprah, TP.
Yeah.
She even when it started, and I did see the recording, because I found it online. She shared the recording of Tyler Perry saying, like, he did, say certain things, whatever. Like, he owned up to his fault and said that he would stand by her and come out publicly about it, and never did. So and then she talked, about your girl Oprah. She was considered for so many different roles. They was like, oh yeah, we want Monique, like straight up. She wouldn't have to audition or anything. Well, as soon as Monique decides she wants it, Oprah comes out of nowhere and say, oh, I want it. And just because she Oprah, they gave it to her. And so they've been really like trying to spike this woman at every turn. And the reason why Monique can sit up there and say that she's never been sued or anything of that nature is because she was right. Okay? She had receipts. She didn't do anything wrong. And when you're dealing in Hollywood with these high-paid people, like the gatekeepers, as she called them,
right?
It's only inevitable that if you don't play ball, if you don't do what they want you to do, they're going to stop opening up the opportunities.
Which is sad. Which is super sad.
Yeah.
Let's mention, wasn't she on Queens of Comedy?
Yes, she was.
So and
she even talked about that on the interview.
Goes back. That's how far back this girl should be giving her props. Like, that's crazy.
She talked about that. She talked about how, my thing is this. I can see how the whole myth of you're difficult to work with came about, because if you have a person who's telling you what they deserve and what they expect and what they want, and hello, she's the big ticket. You want me.
Yeah.
So you should be trying to, finesse, calm me down a little bit and play ball with me a little bit. Right. Because you should, I don't know, it's just a level of respect. Yeah. And so she talked about Kings of Comedy and Queens of Comedy, because it's one and the same. The same person who produced that one produced the women. She said Bernie, DL, Cedric, all the Kings had separate limos. She said when it came to the Queens of Comedy, they tried to say, oh, this one limo is for all of y'all. And she said, no, you're not. We all going to get one a piece like they got one, all a piece. Right is right. Right. Right is right.
Right is right. And I feel like that comes with being a black woman. We don't get the same opportunities as what a black man gets. And
not even just that. We don't get the same opportunities as anybody. Because we've talked about the Parkers. Absolutely. I remember you sharing the story about your hairdresser and all that stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we've talked about Monique. Yeah. Monique, she had the Parkers. The Parkers went on for seasons. Yeah. And it was naturally vindicated. Like, she talked about this on the interview. She goes on to say, they paid me $50,000 per episode. Black people are like, well, what's the problem? Yeah. When you don't know that you deserve more, you won't ask for more.
Very true.
Somebody posted today, Friends, for every episode of Friends.
How much did they get?
$1 million each cast member. And they still made up to $1 million per episode even after the show was off.
That's insane.
There is a pay discrepancy. We've talked about last episode. We talked about hair discrimination, but we don't talk about the glass ceiling. There is a glass ceiling for our people.
Can't be higher than that.
Let's talk about it. She said, if my life would have went the way that it should have before we getting blackballed, if my path would have ran its course, I would have been Melissa McCarthy. Why are people that are our counterparts, they see way more success? But we're the ones that's selling out. We're the culture. Well, Monique.
Yeah. Listen. Stand your business. Stand on business. Because ain't nothing you're saying.
With you.
Yeah, ain't nothing you're talking about I can't agree with.
And you're eloquent.
Mhm.
Eloquent. That's the one thing I will say. She said that her husband, she speaks very highly of her husband, and I love it.
Mm.
I love it. I
Mhm.
love black love
Mhm.
like that. Okay,
Mhm.
God, look, y'all want the Sierra prayer, I want the Monique prayer. Send me a man that's going to
Listen.
stand on business.
Listen, especially for you, because that's a big, listen, that's so important in a relationship. So important. Oh, man.
Yep. She said her husband taught her how to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Don't get mad. Don't be the angry black woman.
Yeah.
They're not going to hear you if you talk like that.
Absolutely.
Ma'am, I stand with you. I stood with
Yeah.
you then.
Mm-hmm.
You did an amazing job, and we talked about this before. We gave her props when it came to the movie, the scary movie.
Yes.
What was it, The Following?
The Following, I think it was.
Listen, to this day, I'm not watching that movie no more.
Yeah, that
'Cause I
was.
feel like, listen, I was scared.
Yeah, it was creepy. It was super
She
creepy.
did an amazing job.
Yeah, she did.
So listen, put this lady back on top.
Yeah.
I would love to see Monique in way more movies.
Absolutely.
Not just funny movies, because I think she proved herself worthy.
Somebody cast Monique,
ASAP.
please.
ASAP.
Hmm.
Well, we started a new segment last week called A Hot Minute.
Hot.
A Hot Minute.
Hot.
Listen, we're gonna put a minute up on the screen. We're gonna start this off by saying respectfully.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. Listen, I don't gotta be respectful, but she gotta be.
Respectfully, we're gonna talk about Mr. Drake and why
Champagne
he
Poppy.
is trending. Why?
Okay.
Listen, you women know why he's trending right now.
All right, give him a minute. Go ahead. Go.
You know why he's trending right now. Supposedly, he sent a video of his to a model, and she leaked it.
Listen, and I was leaking. No, I'm just. Listen,
I was not expecting
long
that.
and strong.
I was not-
If you know what I mean.
I was not expecting that. First of all, his lyric from fucking Problem, and I have it right here. Excuse me. Yes, Lord. I don't really say this often, but this long dick nigga ain't for the long talking. I'm a beast.
Listen, and I'm a freak. Say, listen,
Drake.
listen. We only got a minute for you, Drake.
Yeah.
But that's all I need is a minute with you, Drake.
Drake, what have we learned from this situation? Please don't be sending videos.
Listen, he said he wasn't hiding his meat from the world. He was hiding the world from his meat.
Drake, come on.
And he actually tweeted that. I
know,
died.
because he's really liking this type of
Listen.
type of spotlight.
I love Poppy. I love Champagne Poppy. Okay? I've been wanting to go to Canada for the last 3 years to find him. I'm going to make it my mission. Now that I know what he's working with. No, I'm just playing. But anyway.
I'm so dead. Listen, Drake, you got your hot minute. Just do better, bro.
Listen, and I can give you about 5 more.
She appreciates it. And cut.
Look, before I say something that my parents won't like on this good here Beyonce internet, okay? Look, he actually got more than that. He got about 3 of those
He got
things.
like 3 So, on to our topic of today. We are going to be talking about Mr. Sean T.
Yep.
Now,
And furthermore,
yes,
the overarching topic of essay. We gotta say essay because I don't know where we're gonna post this.
I got you.
But you know,
yeah,
within the black family structure.
yes, essay
Because you know, there's a lot of people
Black
who
community.
experience in the
Yes.
black community being molested and those things of that sort. So
and it doesn't really get
talked about. It gets swept up under the rug.
absolutely. So, Mr. Sean T. First of all, when I stumbled upon this interview on TikTok for Angela Yee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I
It
was saying.
didn't sound right.
No, Angela Lee sounds more better. But Angela Yee's podcast, and she was kind of just talking to him, interviewing him about his essay that he has been through.
Mm-hmm.
And just listening to it, I'm just like, I instantly hit send to you because I'm just like, this is something we got to talk about. Like, we got to shed light on this. This night might not be like good light, but I just feel like it's something that needs to be talked about. So he was essayed by his stepdad. And he, you know, kind of really was raw with the explanation.
Yeah, because he went into a level of detail that we don't normally get to see people like be so transparent about, for the sake of, you know, not wanting people to misread them, misjudge them, misunderstand. Because with the topic that he spoke about, it's very easy that somebody can misunderstand it and be like, huh?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's one of those situations like, if you know, you know.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
Absolutely. So, I don't know. It was just a super deep topic for me to actually hear somebody. I mean, we hear all the time that young men have been essayed by family members, by family friends, you know what I mean? But are they this comfortable to talk about it in front of, you know, the public?
I will say, so, like, you know, there definitely has been a outpour of men who are being more open about it. You know, just to name a few that comes off the top of my head, you know, we got Terry Crews who came out about it. You know, we got Kevin Gates who has came about that several times and he's very transparent about it. We have Christian Keys who came out about it. So it is something that happens within the male community as well. We more so, you know, expect it to happen to women. But at the same time, you know, men are experiencing this not only with women, but they're experiencing this with men.
With men, yeah. And that and the with a man is the more touchy subject because I feel like it's devaluing a man's masculinity. Like, they don't feel like a man if they're being touched on by another man. And I just feel like a lot of times us as women kind of got to be, just like you hear, men are the backbone of the relationship. Sometimes you have to have that understanding and not feel like if somebody's coming to you expressing like, hey, you know, I've been touched when I was younger, not looking at them like, make them feel comfortable as a man, because I can only imagine how hard that is for a man to be like, hey, listen, I was touched in a way that I didn't know at that time was wrong. I thought it was right. And he goes on to explain that in his interview, that he actually like was welcoming it at some point because
he equated that to be love.
And that to me is giving me chills right now. It's just like, wow, like, it makes sense.
It makes you think about how complex the human psyche is. Because you may not understand it. And maybe it's not for you to understand. But it does make perfect sense. Because, you know, think about how willing you are as a child to do anything to make your parents happy.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? That can mean anything.
Right.
And so because, you know, you're like, wow, like, you know, you equate that with, this is how this person shows me love. And because you don't know any better, because you're looking to those parental figures to teach you, that's what they're teaching you, you know, is right. You don't know otherwise until somebody told you that it wasn't right.
Right. And, you know, he even goes on to say how his stepfather was this amazing man to the family, and how they just gloated on how good of a stepfather he was to him, and this and that. And, you know, his stepdad even used to praise him like, oh, he's such a good, you know, stepson, and just building up that
facade.
Oh, that facade, and it's so creepy to me because
it's very creepy and it's very cringy, because it's like the whole time, you know, you're like, wow, I don't want to taint the view of everybody else, like, you know, his view to everybody else, but I know what he's doing to me, but I just can't say nothing because I love him so much, and I love my mom so much, and I'm loving everybody but me at this moment. And so now I'm choosing to not say anything because I'm just like, you know what, like, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to cause any trouble. Right. I don't want to be the reason. And I think you're heading in this direction. Yes. The most important thing of that interview was when he says, like, when it stopped. When it finally stopped. It was kind of like a situation where he went through a withdrawal where he was like, wow, like, do you love me anymore? Yeah. Like, he said he even went as far as to do things to solicit it and prompt it because, like, he felt like he was missing something.
When he says, because that's bringing me to my next thought.
Mm-hmm.
When he said that he would make sure that he was in his underwear in the bed when he knew he was coming home, that's where I was just like, whoa. Like, whoa. Like, I can't even, usually I'm like, you know what, I can put myself in this person's shoes to feel. I don't even want to put myself in his shoes to even feel. Like, that is so
Crazy.
Respectfully. Yes, respectfully. That is just so, like, insane to me. So, with that being said, you know, something else that stuck out to me in that interview was him talking about Stockholm Syndrome. And I'm not sure if everybody knows we've all heard of Stockholm Syndrome, but what it actually means. So, the psychological condition of a victim who identifies with and empathizes with their captor or abuser and their goals. So, like we just said, not only, you know, did he feel like this is right and this feels good, he would set himself up to be ready for him when he would come home for him to perform these sexual SA acts on him. So, with that being said, the whole situation is just mind-blowing to me. I felt like we needed to shed light on this because this is
and we definitely do, and I'm going to do a shameless plug for those who don't know that I haven't posted episodes in a while, but I had the Sauceworthy podcast.
Okay.
I did a whole special on what goes on in this house stays in this house, and that was the heavy topic of what that was about, because I feel as though in the Black family unit, we're told so much what goes on in this house stays in this house to our detriment, to the point that we don't realize that we're sweeping things up under the rug that really need to be talked about, that really need to be addressed, because realistically there's a lot of mental health issues that go into that, but instead we always tell the victim, don't talk about it. Just dismiss it. It didn't happen. Honestly,
the education starts from home. It starts from home. It starts from your parent that obviously you can, I want to say you can trust, because
I mean,
you should be able to trust. My mom had given me a speech when I was younger, when I was able to understand, you know, you don't sit on every man's lap. You don't allow, this is a no-no area, this is a no-no area, this is a no-no area, being a child.
And even a step further, there's certain clothes that you wear when you're in a house with a man. You don't wear little shorts. You don't wear over revealing this or that. There were certain ways that you had to carry yourself in the environment of a man.
Absolutely.
And I think that's also been a topic of conversation too, because, you know, it came up before that we don't put the onus on the man to control himself, but we put the onus on the woman to control what she controls so that he can better control himself.
Right.
And so I think it's furthermore to be talked about, and I don't know if you sent me this video, but somebody sent me this video about Black men being overly sexual, and it comes from like them being molested. Did you send me that? Somebody sent me that video recently where it was talking about Black men being overly sexual because they have been molested.
I don't think I did, but
somebody sent me that. But it's very very relevant. You know, like we have men that are hypersexual. We don't teach them how to have self-control. So at the end of the day, you know, it's a heavy topic.
Yeah,
it's definitely something in the Black community that we have to address and bring importance to. My thing is, you know, somebody out there, if your child ever comes to you and says, hey, X, Y, and Z is happening, do not discount them. As much as you want to turn a blind eye and act like it's not happening, like, be there for your child, show up for them, because if they had the courage enough to even open their mouth to admit that, they need you. They need you. They are crying out for your help. So never dismiss somebody just because you don't want to believe that it's happening. So, message.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be at the end?
So honestly, I felt like we had a lot of gems for our last episode in season 3. I'm not gonna lie, as hopefully you guys are enjoying our podcast, Sistah Talk, as much as we enjoy it. I know I say to my sister all the time that I watch us even after we record it, because I feel like we're very genuine. I feel like we're very funny and it's natural. And just keep supporting us, because it's fun. It's fun. We have a good time. We have a good time talking to y'all. We have a good time talking about what's going on in the world.
Listen, I definitely value every last one of y'all who, you know, come to me like when y'all see me and just, you know, tell me like, oh my God, like I really like just listen to y'all while I'm working and, you know, y'all just like really tune in and tap in. And I think like the biggest thing for me, you know, us being in season 3 is like, my biggest and hardest critic has always been my dad.
Right.
So for my dad to really be like, yo, y'all are funny. Like, y'all crack me up. Like, especially when y'all have those moments where it's like an insider. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I know we got something. Because, like, my dad, he ain't the easiest person to impress.
Listen, T's dad is scary. T's dad, if you're watching this, we haven't had much conversation, but you intimidate me a little bit. You cool, but you intimidate me a little bit. No.
Look, but I'm sure you're not the only one of my friends that would say that.
Yeah.
But listen, it just gave my heart joy, like to hear my uncle, you know, say because the sister talk. Like I just love it. I just love the fact that like you all are like really like rocking with us and y'all support it. So yeah, just keep supporting us like Miss Beanie said. Like we love it. Listen, and just keep engaging with us.
Absolutely.
Like tell us things y'all want to hear, things y'all don't want to hear. Give us your opinion.
Yes.
Shoot, like we say all types of stuff on here. So even if we not right, hey.
Yeah, listen, put us on our plate. Well,
listen, because we had somebody tell us about when we talked about Castor Semenya.
Yeah.
We had somebody kind of shed light on that. So we don't know everything. We're trying to do our best to do our due diligence, to do research and things like that. But if it's something that you know that we don't, like, let us know.
Yeah, tune in. Comment, like, share, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so happy Black History Month. We're gonna try to stay active with you guys even through this break and really like, you know, patch y'all into some Black History moments. You know, whether that be on our social media platforms, on TikTok or something like that. So definitely make sure y'all following us. I'm your host, Gold Chain Diva. You can find me at goldchain__diva, and you can find my sister.
Y'all already know I'm Miss Beanie, and it's with a Z. I'm gonna get a shirt that says with a Z, and you can find me on all platforms, MZ_Beanie. Yep.
So just make sure y'all following us. We go live occasionally.
Yes.
Also make sure y'all tapping into that broadcast channel on Instagram. We've been trying to stay active and you know do polls there and get y'all feedback. So thanks for rocking with us for another season of the Sister Talk. And y'all already know we just two sisters
with a lot to talk about,
and we always gonna have a lot more to talk about.
I keep telling y'all this, so please
tap in.
Please tap in. Tap tap tap.